Assalamu alaikum and good morning. This is a constitutional advocate, Gulraiz King. Today is the 17th of the Jan, year 2025. And again, good morning to everyone. And today I'm going to raise a question. That question belongs to those individuals who are doing drugs. So when it comes to brutally understand that which elements are leading those individuals who are going into the multi-dimensionals of the drug activities in the Pakistan. I was surprised after observing the 10 years of the exposures in the public sector that it doesn't matter if a person who is facing the hardships of the lives, the probabilities of the having narcotic incremental force of observations of such challenges would be raised to the 100%. And during the phase of the hunger strikes, unemployment, inflation, geopolitical challenge, socio-political challenges, such elements when come forward in the domains of a human irrespective of its gender, thereafter such individual would become bound under the natural law of justice. What does it mean, the natural law of justice? Here I just take the natural law of justice, that if an individual who is doing work out of poverty, not out of poverty, out of social problems, out of intangible thoughts, out of tangible executions of the things, if a person who is executing things without having the perpetual succession of the concentrated level of a point, thereafter he shall have no option as to just leave such area. And when he just don't have the profit, because everyone who is working in the public sector is executing his deeds, whether could be seen by the eyes or not, such activities could be called tangible or intangible activities. Yes, so when we just observe that in Pakistan, India and the Middle East countries all over the globe, out of the poverty factors, out of the hunger strikes, the human beings, they come forward in the public sector as to ascertain the incremental source of the profit and loss statements of their businesses or their salaries. The profit and balance account statement applies to both, likewise the business activities, likewise the salaried person. And we do not consider such facts, and in meanwhile there appears to be the third category is called the receipt category. So this is the law of nature. And meanwhile, if a person who is deliberately trying to overtake the social challenges, thereafter he or she will subject to another question of fact and law, and that would be called that such individual do not know the existential premature challenges of such outcome of such a stunt, whether such stunt amounts to the publicity stunt or to the practical areas of observations of the intellectual thoughts of their surrounding. So everyone out in the public is trying to become rich in return of the interest. This is the primary landmark obligation of today, which make me into the confrontational situation to the public reformative bills. So when they don't know when the public don't know their own value, they just try to fight with the other individuals in the shape values of the negated transitional areas of the legal channels, unlawful areas. And meanwhile, here comes a new challenge. So when a person who has to face the music of the adversity of the socio-economical path in his life, the degrees will not repatriate such solutions will which produce cost-effective measures to your household management area or your official mandate area. And a lot of the individuals, they mixed both channels in the Pakistan. Like when I just joined the field of the law practice, I was surprised to observe that it is a very negative custom and precedent in Pakistan that the individuals, the human beings, they are into a challenging position as to sell the you can say that they are actually offender of the selling of the religious transcriptions. This is a new thing which I just observed. When I just observed that the humans are into the questionable, challengeable thought of that situation where they sell their religious transcriptions. Thereafter, it is very easy to sell the educational transcription. Yes. If a nation is suffering from a religious transcription, selling and purchasing of the things, thereafter, such nation will automatically fall into the gutters of the selling and purchasing of the publishing of such law books or the other scientifically disapproval books in the society which have no value in the practical area. And today I am observing such futile and fragile law journals and other things in the legal field since the year 2016 towards 2025, because they don't know the originations of the law. They don't know the multiplication of the law will permanently decrease the volume of the basic area of the success rate in the said society. And this is the way we are not considering the things to be maintained. When we are suffering from a lot of the challenges as a nation, we just take the things from the China, India, and we just want to have the war with the same. This is not a question. This is a traditional area of economics where we observe the human declined words phraseology into the geopolitical anarchies, geopolitical monarchies as well in the Pakistan. And we are surprised their females and their males are also in this habitual negated transitional area of transactions in every sector. When they speak, they constructively lie to their surrounding. And when a person can lie, he can make a million of crimes, 1,000 of crimes, because if a person who inherit lying, so in Middle East, individuals inherit lies, yes, and when they are habitually offender of the lying, thereafter you cannot make them cost effective in the public sector. So the majority of the 70% of the individuals, they are after bread and butter, and their females are also after bread and butter, and having meanwhile having the females are working in the public sector in order to have the bread and butter and also have the reciprocity, cost effective pursuit of the happiness and shape value of the relationships as well. That's why we observe the sector of the feminism in Pakistan. There is no point that the feminism is the opposite to provide the a proper right to the males and females. The feminism sector is a sector in Pakistan and India who just promotes the illegitimate thoughts of the females. If a female wants to be dominant in a said society, she wants to be the part of the feminism. And this is the way the females become manipulated. And when the males become to provide the right to the females become feminist types of the individuals in the Pakistan. So the shelter of inconvenience could be found here. And when I found that the miserable challenging sanctions are the need of the arts in Pakistan, because the cities, the areas of the cities are very populated with the public nuisance and private nuisance offenses in the Pakistan. You cannot even make your voice understand to the second person, to the third person of your sitting because of their actual disobedience of the observations of the well-reformed or well-reformated thoughts of his third person, second person, because they are not actually into the habit of listening. The individuals of the urban areas, they don't know how to listen to their elders, to their seniors, to their wise society, prudent one. They are not into that habit. They just consider their surrounding to be time passing type of the individual. They are passerby, and eventually they wound up with having no proper accurate length of execution of the observations of the thinking critically to their own reformed area of working. Working without having the incremental force of the interest based could be called a manipulative mode of assessment, and that females don't know this thing in the Pakistan. They just want to be the part of the power. When the females want the power and the males want the power, thereafter they will produce illegitimate children automatically. Atrocities and the other cost-effective, cost-negated transitional areas could be there. Their properties, their banking areas could be there, but the maintaining area, the individuals who have to take care of such properties, like supervisor, like the caretaker, these points are totally misleading in the public sector. They don't have the proper reconciled way of the execution of a life. And when it comes to understand that they have developed relationships, I'm taking here 75% of the females and males as well. I'm surprised to observe they just impressed from the emotions, declinations and inclinations. They don't oversee the social values. They don't see the economical values. They don't see the proper realm of the success of an individual irrespective of his gender. They just oversee that a person who is having a spur of the moment, such spur could have the negative imperial of the centerfold area, and it is a question we have to consider. But we are not considering such question because we just consider to waste the time in the negative activities. We don't consider the time to be a successful event to enjoy in the concrete area of thinking critically about ourselves. So when our surrounding is not working, then if we work, we will succeed in such area. And here is a point that we are not willing to work alone. We want the huge social evils because if the individuals collaborate with our thoughts, they will suck our thoughts. This is a scientific proven thought, an approval area. So the females, they get manipulated after having the ill-mannered class of the reproduction growth rate. The males, they don't want to provide the proper way of execution of a life. They just want to live with the female because the outraging area of overpopulated females in Pakistan. That's why the Equity Resolutions Committee of the well-reformed children production growth rate government sector should be there, must be developed, because it is I am observing such questions that no one is considering such challengeable thoughts in Pakistan. Their females, the old females don't have the relations, the young females want to have the perpetual relations. So when the elder and the older females don't have the relations, then the youth and the young females, if have to work, such females want the relations in the college universities. Yes, this is a loophole where the people enjoy under the religious monarchy, under the scientific resolutions, and they just consider that the elder individuals, the older ones, senior ones, they are fool. But it's not like that. So if someone is trying to tell you, speak on the record, and they're trying to make you a person, then you're not considering him. This is in your blood cell, because you consider yourself to be above board, or a person who have known the values, social values. So nowadays the females are getting old because such females want motivated, successful individuals, but the motivated, successful individuals don't value or doesn't value the females of those individuals who don't have value in the said society. So when it comes to understand the practical area of performance of the agreemental deeds, there becomes a social challenge, and a lot of the males fails there. Stay blessed.